So the program of what I designed is have four modalities. So one is line dance, which is really for the seniors who need to stand up a little bit more, who love the traditions of line dance and music and moving. Then the next one is chair yoga. Because as we work out so much, we need to stretch because the muscles are so tight. And a lot of seniors' muscles are so tight is because they haven't stretched ever. So chair yoga is something good to have with the program.
Power Ace Radio.
Hey, so hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of PAR Real Talk. My name is Pali. Welcome to Power Ice Radio. I will be the host of the show, and I have an incredible guest on today. So if I get you to please introduce yourself, tell us your name, tell us where you're from, and tell us what you do, please.
Yes, hi, my name is Frederick Griffith. I am from New Orleans, Louisiana, born and raised, and I am the founder and CEO of A New Fitness. A New Fitness is a senior fitness program. We focus on business, working business to business, offering fitness on site for seniors.
In fact, I like that summary. So,
Yeah.
well, let me get straight into it. Like,
Okay.
can you share, was there a personal story about what inspired you to create a new fitness?
Yes, it was a personal journey that started in late 2017. I moved away and I lived in Houston for 12 years because of Hurricane Katrina. So after Katrina, I had just graduated high school. We picked up and we moved because there was obviously a lot going on. And my family came back maybe after a year or two in Houston, but I stayed out there. And I always say that that started my adulthood because I'm the youngest and the only boy. So I was really spoiled. So, but having my mom so far away, it really brought me into adulthood and how to be responsible and how to start to care for others outside of myself. So in late 2017, I moved back to be closer to my mom. My mom, she already had chronic illnesses of high blood pressure and diabetes. But like most older adults who just work day to day, paycheck to paycheck, like her, she didn't keep up with it. So she didn't go to any doctor visits. She didn't have it monitored. She was not on any type of medicines. Um, Maybe early 2018, she stumped her toe at work. That turned into her not going to the doctor. That then turned into an infection that then in turn into kidney failure, rush to hospital, amputation of toe, but then it turned into amputation of left leg below the knee. So that whole shin was gone right below the knee. She woke up with kidney failure. She had to do dialysis 3 days a week. She had a small stroke. She was not aware of where she was. She wasn't aware of how she would move forward. Um, I just started to work at a kickboxing studio, so I was getting into fitness then. I wasn't always in to fitness. I was just getting into it. And I was also working on my certification. She was maybe in the hospital for 3 to 6 months because it was a huge recovery for her from everything of what she had suffered. And from there, I started to, well, in between that time, I started to work at Planet Fitness. I became a certified trainer. And she was finally released from the hospital with therapy, physical therapy. The physical therapy only lasted 30 days. Because when you're low income, only Medicaid or Medicare is paying for that physical therapy. And Medicaid or Medicare are not going to cover 96 months, 90 days, whatever. They only cover 30 days. So after her 30 days, I decided to go in and to start the trainer. I started to train her because she made a comment after the last day with the physical therapist. She was like, well, that's it. And yeah, that's really it. That's no more. After losing all what she's been through, losing her leg, they only gave her 30 days of small movement. So I documented for 6 months of me working my mom out from resistant bands on the ceiling, pulling it down, from sit-ups on her couch
Mm.
to helping her stand up on one leg to try to get a little balance back to get normal. Well, to at least feel sort of normal, like she's standing up, doing things for her own. And within that 6 months, yeah, she made a full turnaround from the time that we spent together, from the documenting it on video. So I have this all on video of her working out and the changes of what she went through. So after the 6 months, she was able to go to dialysis on her own 3 times a week. She was able to put herself in and out of vehicles with her arms. She was able to cook. She was able to do a lot of things on her own after 6 months. So from there, I thought that other seniors could use more support in the program, but I didn't know how to bring that program out so that leads to something else.
Wow, wow, wow. That is an incredibly incredible journey.
Yes.
It started really, really grim. Well, but like glad of the whole outcome that at least she's back to, living life as normal as possible, which is
Yes.
that's really great. And I'm guessing that's what drew you to specifically focusing on senior.
Yes, yes. So through through that journey of working with her, I was still working at Planet Fitness, so we were still doing group classes there. And I met two other older clients, so I started to put more of a gym setting training to, which then in turn to one of the clients, he had some connections to the New Orleans Counseling on Aging. And they have counseling on agents around many large cities around the United States. They just help support seniors with resources and giving them daily activities to go out to. So once he says, well, young man, you have a skill, and your skill is to work with seniors. You have the patience, you have something special here. Let me connect you to the Counseling on Aging. And he connected me there, but it wasn't what I thought it would be. So, they didn't have the funds to pay for a fitness program. They had nothing like that going on there. Because keep in mind, I was thinking of something out of the box. I wasn't thinking of the seniors paying me directly because keep my mom in mind, she couldn't pay a trainer directly. So why would I go and ask another senior for money directly? Um, and when I went to ask this nonprofit organization funded a lot through the government for money, they didn't have it. So I started volunteering my time there. So yes, I started working for free and I started to prove that your seniors could use this. Your seniors need this. And from there, one of the center's directors said, well, no, we can no longer go free here for you. We got to pay you. So they started paying me money, and then it went from one, then to another organization outside of the Council on Aging who I work with, and then I met the a director from AARP at an event that I was at, and she signed me on for their online classes to be a partner with AARP. So that started my Turn Up Thursday, which is that's the name of it. It's every Thursday online. And it's for free for seniors. So from there, my hard work of seeing a need but not wanting to fit that need how it's traditionally fitted. And what I mean by that is that I could have went and said, give me your money, seniors. Yes, I could take you to a gym, I could work you out, but I knew that I always kept my mom in my forefront. I knew that my mom wouldn't be able to afford a trainer or keep it consistently.
Mm.
So I had to think of a way to get it to businesses who actually need it, because churches need it, the live-in facilities need it, the dementia care units need it, because in these places they have no fitness going on. And a lot of families are sending their moms and dads there and grandmothers there to be taken care of. which they are, but mentally and physically, they're really not. They are going down every day that they're there is because they're not having that proper movement of what they need.
No, that is really really impressive story. I like the fact that you threw yourself into it because you believed in what you were doing, and that is now growing.
Yeah.
And kind of leads into my next question, that how do you kind of design your classes to meet the unique needs of the seniors,
Yeah.
compared to what kind of every general fitness?
Yes, yes, yes. So, the program of what I designed is have four modalities. So one is line dance, which is really for the seniors who need to stand up a little bit more, who love the traditions of line dance and music and moving. Then the next one is chair yoga. Because as we work out so much, we need to stretch because the muscles are so tight. And a lot of seniors' muscles are so tight is because they haven't stretched ever. So chair yoga is something good to have with the program. The next one is chair aerobics. So that'll be for seniors like my mom, who was in a wheelchair, who cannot get up for long distance of time, for long periods of time. So getting them moving from the chair, just moving their arms and legs, it still keeps that car running. So I consider, I see a car, I see a body like a car. We got to keep it running, got to keep it moving. So we got to do targeted movements. That's what chair aerobics are for. And the last one is resistance strength. So what I learned from working with my mom is that the strength part was important. Because a lot of seniors, when I talk to them, I work out, I walk every day. Yeah, walking is good for the blood flowing, ma'am. It's good for the heart. It's good for the burning. But those knees are weakening every time you walk. So you need to focus on something that helps strengthen the knees. So we got those four modalities, which is really targeting towards an aging body to help them recover, to keep some type of independence as we age.
Wow, that's really good. I probably should start,
Use
you
them.
know, start
Yeah,
myself.
yeah,
And so you've mentioned all these different fitness classes, like the
yeah.
chair yoga, the dance fitness, cardio boot camp. Which one has been the most popular, and why do you think that is?
Well, the most popular one, so the class of what you name is what we have with the city of New Orleans. And the most popular one of what we will have is line dance. You know that line dance, the boots on the ground now is really big now, and the fans and yeah, that's the most popular one. But the good thing is that once they're tired in our classes of standing, you can sit down. Oh, we could get you from sitting down to this workout ain't done. So it really brings a different element to it is because if you go to a traditional line dance class, it's all standing. The instructors don't think of, well, if I need to sit, can we include something in there? But that's the good thing about my instructors. The training is based off of, hey, you're working with seniors and they may need to sit. You know, they want to stand as much, but they may need to sit. What would you do if they need to sit? But line dance is in. It is what it is. So everyone loves line dance.
Nice, 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 nice. Well, yeah, I research into what line dance is. Yeah,
Yes.
good to know. So while we're talking about researching into it, how can people reach out to you? Somebody wants to, do you have a website, social media? Where they go to, please?
Yes. So you can reach out through anewfitness.com. We also on Instagram, A New Fitness Inc. That's INC. And then we also on Facebook, A New Fitness. Through there, we do posts all week. We have some good videos, some good testimonial videos, some good workouts that we're showing you. We also are we have a new you segment with local Fox 8. It's called A New You with Frederick. And through there, I'm also able to show seniors at home some simple, easy exercises. So on the website, you'll be able to see those videos if you need some exercises for your mom or something like that. Anything that you may need, anewfitness.com can lead you to any area.
Wow, that's really really cool. So it's not even just for your local community. This is anybody. And the beauty of
Yes.
sports technology. So this is beautiful. And kind of, do you see virtual classes continuing to play a role, especially now post pandemic?
Yes. Because we're getting a new generation of seniors. So a new generation of seniors, they are in tune with technology. So they know how to use their phones. They know how to log on to the virtual classes of what we have. So yes, it will expand because also too, seniors are feeling left out from traditional gyms. So they're looking for a different avenue. So that's the good thing about a new fitness. We'll offer them a different avenue. But the seniors who are still capable and able to move or to log on to online, they're able to attend those classes because, like I said, a lot of traditional gyms are not really targeting seniors. The senior programmings are leaving. You don't see many seniors in a gym anymore because they're not senior friendly. They don't have trainers who will just help you with equipment anymore. It becomes you got your money for it, then I can help you. So,
Mm.
and like I said, it's a lot of seniors like my mom who don't have that money to do that. But just making sure that we are on that trajectory that keeps seniors in the forefront for a new fitness. So that's really important. That's really a part of my mission is to try to give them as many resources as we can because my mom passed away in 2022. So this good story about her. She passed away in 2022 from cancer. So it wasn't anything that I could help with or assist with, but I feel like I did my part to bring her back some life when she felt like she didn't have any. But now this mission continues on through other seniors who I help. A 94-year-old says, I feel 17 now, Frederick. That's because she's moving a little bit more. And imagine being 94 and saying that. So those are the people who I'm impacting now, and I want to continue that mission on.
Pray that you definitely continue it on and God rest your mom's soul.
Thank you.
And kind of going from there, that what have you personally learned from working closely with seniors in the community?
Um, well, particularly here in New Orleans, you learn a lot. So, being born and raised here, I would say I fit in with the seniors here. They hear the accent. All right, you from here? It makes it makes it comfortable. But then you start to hear stories. That 94-year-old, she didn't have access to a gym in her time. She didn't. She didn't know how to work out. Because she didn't have that access at that time. So you hear a lot of those stories of that this is the first time that they're working out. So some of them are really nervous about it. But when my instructors walk in with the music and they see that it's on site, so it keeps it in their comfort level, it's not at an unusual place where we're taking them. They're right there where they may come every day, or they may live upstairs and come downstairs and take the class. So I'm learning that this program is needed, and how I issued it out has been amazing for the seniors. It has been really amazing. And hearing the life stories of now that 94-year-old feels 17 is because she never had that interaction with fitness. So that's really interesting to hear a different perspective. Because I was born in 1988. I didn't have much issues of what that 94-year-old had in her time. So
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a great, great answer. And let's throw another one in there. As to obviously you've started from then till now, you know what you've achieved. But where do you see in your fitness in the next 5 to 10 years?
oh um so I see a new fitness at the forefront of senior fitness, at the forefront of fitness. We all have to get old. My line is always either you age or you dead. Which one do you prefer? Because we all have to age. So I definitely see it in the forefront of changing the fitness industry, of outlining how a fitness company could go on to properties and work with other organizations who need those services on site. And we'll be around the whole United States. Next week, I'll be training my first sales director in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, which is an hour away. So what he's going to do is he's going to continue to sell it on the outskirts of New Orleans. So then we have the pilot of how we continue to spread this around the United States and how we could continue to help more seniors in rural and urban communities.
Really great. You know, over here, definitely rooting for you.
Yeah.
Because I like the fact that it's not just, yeah, it's obviously got to start from the immediate, but it's something that could stretch globally. Well, there's no reason right now globally, so there's no reason to, yeah, the sky is the horizon, as they say.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
let me go into this bit. I call it like kind of rapid fire questions.
Okay.
So for you personally, is it morning workouts or evening workouts?
Morning workouts.
Morning, okay.
Morning is always good to start your day, get that workout in and get it done. Because throughout the day, you'll be thinking of things to not get that workout done. So, so yeah,
That's
morning, get it in and done, over with.
get your van done with like that. And yoga or cardio?
Ooh, cardio. Now, it took me some time to fall in love with cardio, but cardio is needed. Um, and I'll tell you why. Because, after my mom died, a lot of things stopped in my life. I was thinking about a lot of things. So I went to the doctor for a checkup, and guess who had a high blood pressure issue at that time? Me. Yes, me, the fitness guy. Yes. My doctor said, you have some. Yeah. But instead of me saying, yes, I'll take that medicine, I started to work on my cardio. So we always have the option. We always have the choice to choose to work on it because we're in control of it, or we could find someone else to control it for us. So cardio will always be my go-to is because it's really good to keeping off those chronic illnesses. So
Get the blood flowing and pumping. I like that.
yes.
And one word to describe a new fitness.
One word.
To describe a new fitness.
Ah, unique,
Unique.
unique.
I like that. Yeah, great word, great word. And what's your favorite music genre for a workout?
Workout. Rap.
Ooh,
Rap.
okay.
Yes. Well, you gotta find something that keep you motivated now. So you can't be in there listening to Celine Dion, My Heart Goes On. Now, if you like that, that's fine. But you need something that keeps you pumped, that keeps you, oh yeah, I need to do more. I need to do more. And love music, R&B ballads, doing working out, it sort of slows you down. You find yourself walking a little bit slow. But rap, sort of pop music, something that's upbeat, it keeps me going.
Great. That's a great answer. And what do you think is the most underrated exercise?
Ooh, squats. I always tell my seniors, you could sit in a chair and stand up and sit down. Stand up, sit down, and do that 10 times for 3 sets, 30 total. And they look and they say, well, that turned into a workout. Yes, and that's basically a squat. What the chair is doing is just supporting you for sitting down. So you're still putting your legs through the same motions of squatting down, then up. So we're just building up the strength within the knees because yeah, the knees and the shoulders are one of the biggest issues of what we have when we age.
Mm, oh, wow, that's a good one. I should stand and sit more myself.
Yes, stand and sit. You can do that right there from the couch, but just be careful. You need something nice and sturdy and hard to do it on. So no cushions, okay?
Myself. Perfect. And Coffee before a workout, is that yes or a no for you?
No. 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 Now, I understand some people need maybe a pre-workout, so that's what I'll kind of equate a coffee to, is something that'll get the energy going. But I would suggest to try walking on the treadmill, try moving, try getting into your workout and see how you build that energy up. So I'm very good at building up my energy. So if I don't feel like going to the gym, first of all, I still go to the gym. And then once I get there, instead of maybe doing a pre-workout, I'll start to move more. So I do a warm-up, which a warm-up should last roughly 4 to 8 minutes, get the blood flowing. And then after that, you see how your energy is. You start to build up and create your energy. So no coffee before a workout for me.
Perfect. So just build your energy. Let it rise by itself, not elevate it. Oh, great advice.
Correct. Correct.
And the first thing you do after a successful class.
Oh, I I get some water first because I talk a whole lot during the class. Okay, so I got cotton mouth, my mouth is dry, and then I have this thing now where so I did a class last week. It was for Fitness Friday, and I work with Baptist Community, which is a local health center where we do free fitness classes there for their patients. And it's 1 hour long, and I was exhausted. And I went to my car and I just sat there and drank water. But I always have a reflection. The reflection is of the people faces. We had a gentleman there who was so happy that he came. But he just wasn't sure how to continue his journey as an older male now. Because he was saying his journey as a younger male was lifting heavy weights, doing these things, but he can't do all those things anymore. So when I finish a class, reflection and water is important, and just getting my energy back down and resting.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I like that. Just relax and chill. Oh, perfect. And so yeah, so wrap up. Any closing remarks to the viewers?
Um, just remember that as your parents age, it's a lot of things of what they may be going through mentally. Most parents will not reach out to the kids because they're the parents. They want the kids to reach out to them. They're the shoulder that the kids cry on. But as your parents reach a certain age, it is a such thing as age-related depression. It is a such thing as them needing more help with things, but not acknowledging it. So stay in touch with your parents. Go and visit your parents. Find classes that you two could attend to. If you feel like that your parents need to walk a little bit more and you're telling them and it's not working, go on the walk with them. Try to spend more time with them because you only have one set of parents, and be there as much as you can because they were there as much as they can for you when you were younger and couldn't do much for yourself. So now they are coming on that opposite end of can't do a lot for themselves. And they need you. So that'll be my ending message is that just be there for your parents and don't think that they are the same of who they were when you were a kid because they're not. They're changing.
Mm, That's a great closing statement. I would just like to say thank you so much for coming on the
Thank you.
show. Literally 2 hours on this. It's as you said, unique. It's something that is completely unique to I've not interviewed anybody or even heard of that business before. So thank you for what you're doing as well for the seniors, the
Thank
ones
you.
that you know, and even the ones you don't know.
Yes.
It's a pleasure to really meet you. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Take care. Till we meet again. Bye.
Bye bye.
Traveling on the airwaves of Power Ace Radio.